Hey guys, it's Melissa here. I wanted to talk to you today about loving yourself more. As you know, I've been talking about this 5-day self-love challenge that I put out there for you, and I hope that some of you have joined it and that you are enjoying the meditations and the tapping. But what I was guided from Spirit is that we need to be doing more of this. You know, so many people go through life looking for their absolute soulmates, and they have such a hard time finding that or finding love or whatever. And the aha moment that I've really had in my life is that we're our own soulmate ultimately. We have to be the ones who provide ourselves with that love. Nobody else can fill us up. We have to do it ourselves. We have to be a whole and complete person. Now, that doesn't mean we have to be perfect and totally healed of everything, because that's a process. But we have to love ourselves so much that we would never think of letting someone else come in and tear us down. Because that's what happens in toxic relationships, right? Those of you that have ever been in them, you know what happens. Someone comes in, showering you with love and affection, and of course, it hooks you right away. And then you're in this relationship and you start slowly losing yourself. It's like your identities, one overlaps the other, and you start losing who you are. And then that person slowly starts putting in digs about you, saying things that cause you to question yourself, question your self-worth. And this is not for everyone, but if you've ever been in a toxic relationship, this is what happens, right? They manipulate you. You start to slowly begin to think that you're going crazy. Like, it's you. You're the one. You're the one who is the reason this relationship isn't working. It's all your fault. And that's how a person will make you feel when you're in a toxic relationship. It's all very one-sided. It's never a two-way street. One person's always putting in way more effort than the other, and you become burnt out and frustrated. It takes a huge toll on your self-esteem. Your self-esteem takes a huge hit. And the thing is that these relationships are not by accident. We're in them and they happen to us because they are awakening us. They're shifting us into realizing that real love, true love, begins with ourselves first. When we don't love ourselves deeply and completely, we allow other people to come in and do those things to us, because why wouldn't we? We don't deserve love, right? We may not actually tell ourselves that, but that's what our brain and that's what our ego is telling us, that we don't deserve that love. But then you look around and realize, well, other people are happy. Why can't I be happy? Why is it only other people are happy? And when you realize that it starts with you, you have to be happy first. You have to love yourself first. And when you do, and when you fill yourself up so completely, it spills out. It's like an energy, right? You have all of this loving energy filling you up so much that it's spilling out into all other areas of your life, and people begin to notice. We attract what we put out. So when you think about yourself in negative ways and you say to yourself, like, oh, I'm so stupid, oh, I'm so fat, oh, I'm so this, I'm so that, you're putting that energy out there and others are seeing it too, and you're attracting people who will tell you the same thing. When you put out there, I love myself, I'm so beautiful, I'm so talented, I'm so smart, you're attracting people who are going to tell you the same thing. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want someone in my life who's going to tell me negative things about myself. I want to attract someone who's going to point out the positive in me and appreciate the positive. I don't want someone who's going to be down on themselves either. Because honestly, people who put other people down, the reason they do it is because they have to feel bad about themselves. And that's true. People will put you down either because they're jealous of you, because they feel threatened by you, because they don't feel good about themselves. And I truly believe that that is the reason most people put others down. It makes them feel better about themselves because they have to feel they have so much self-loathing going on to be able to put someone else down and hurt their feelings. Because what person would really do that, honestly? So if someone is being mean and bullying, it's because there's a lot of pain going on inside themselves. there's a lot of self-loathing there. And the other person is that, or the other reason I should say, is just that they want to be you, you know? So those are like the three main reasons people would put you down. But most of us get caught up with people who do it because they don't feel good about themselves. Easiest way to make yourself feel better is to put someone else down. But there's karma. We're all learning lessons. And so when people are treated that way, it comes back around. Trust me. And that's why whenever people say, well, it's not fair. Like, I don't ever get to see, this person, I don't get to see justice served. You may not see it in this lifetime. Like, you may not see it, but believe me that it's happened. We don't escape our karma. We don't escape the lessons. The easiest thing to do is to focus on yourself, to get yourself stronger, to heal yourself, to love yourself. And there are a lot of things you can do to help love yourself more. So if you signed up for that program, I gave you several tools. Gave you a meditation, a tapping, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more you can do. I am toying with the idea of creating another online course. This one would be totally about self-esteem and self-love. So if you're listening to this and that sounds like something that you would love, please let me know. Please leave me a comment or contact me, because I'll probably be putting out on Facebook or on my Facebook Live just to see if there would be any interest in that, because I'm feeling led. Like, I know that was something I totally needed. And I can think of a whole lot of women out there who are consistently attracting men who are not good to them. And I know the reason is because of their self-love, self-worth issues. And I know that it's fixable. And I want to help them because I am in such a different space than I was a year ago. I feel amazing now. And, I've always been this person, like, I don't just date anybody. I'm not like a serial dater and go out and date like 50 people. Like, that's never been me. Like, I've always preferred having some time alone and whatever. And, you'll have people who think that they're helping you, or like, oh, well, I can't believe you're not dating right now. Or, like, I want to fix you up. And, here's the thing. I'm totally happy with what I do. I have a pretty busy life, and fitting that in is kind of difficult right now anyway. But you have to be okay with just being who you are and being alone. And that's one thing that I've noticed. Like, I know people who cannot be alone. Like, they can't just sit at home and just enjoy the time at home. And like, they have to constantly be doing something and keeping their minds busy. And that comes down to self-love too. Because when you're alone with your thoughts, that's when all of that negativity tends to want to come up. And when you can get to the place that you feel so perfectly happy and thrilled to be alone, then you're good. You're healing. But a lot of people aren't there. They feel like they have to have somebody there to complete them. And that is just such a myth, because you're never going to find someone who's going to complete you and make you whole. If you weren't whole before, they're not going to do that for you. You have to be whole on your own. And my message and my mission is so much about empowering women. There's still so much, and if there are any men listening, I am not putting you down by any means. I really am not. But there's so much sexism out there still. And it's crazy. And you just wonder, it really is no wonder why a lot of women feel the way they do, because we've just been raised to feel that way. You think about like the fairy tales and the Disney stories, like everyone has the happy ending where the guy gets the girl, right? That's what it's all about. And that's, I don't know, we just need some different stories, I think. We need somewhere the princess just learns how to love herself in the end. Okay, so if anyone's working for Disney or knows Disney, there you go. That's my idea. We need a princess who just learns how to love herself. And I know they've done, I think Brave was one. I haven't seen that movie personally. But when I was growing up, we didn't have things like that. All right, so enough of the chitter chatter. I'm just going on and on about this. But it's something that I feel truly, truly passionate and strongly about. That we have so many women who are so talented and powerful in a lot of other ways, and yet they can't seem to find love because, again, it comes down to loving yourself. We can be very intelligent and capable, yet if we still don't think that we deserve love or that we're capable of finding it, then it seems to elude you. So that's something a lot of people need to work on. And there are a lot of people who are in relationships, they're in marriages, and they're just miserable because they're just with that person because they feel like it's the thing they have to do, right? It's the right thing, and they don't listen to their true inner voice, which is telling them, get out, you're not happy. They're just stuck there. And I was in that space myself. I know exactly what that's like. All right, so I usually like to give you tools or tell you about things you can do. But I do have that 5-day self-love challenge, so I would highly encourage you to get on there. Okay, you can go to my Facebook page, Reiki with Melissa, and you should be able to find it there. You can sign up with your email. It's totally free. 5 days of emails will give you a tool for something to help you love yourself more. So check that out. And I pulled 2 cards for you from my chakra healing deck. So I thought I would read those for you. And then I'm going to give you a couple of tools today on this episode that you can use too. So the first card that I pulled for you is Grace. It says, grace is your divine birthright. Grace is the gift of the divine to relieve you of suffering and bondage so that you can move fluidly and easily through all of life's chapters in peace. Let go of all struggles now, dear one, and rest in grace. Focus your attention and intention on the many ways in which you are loved and held by a benevolent creative force. Stop pushing the river. Let it flow through you in miraculous and mysterious ways. So I think that's a beautiful message. And it's so true. You are deeply and completely loved by the divine. And if you just knew how much, if you could just tap into that inner knowing of who you are and where you came from, you would never doubt your own love and your own self-worth. You would know how truly beautiful and special you are. And you are. You all are. And I love you all deeply. We're all souls who are drawn here together to learn and grow. We're not humans. We are souls having a human experience. And when you start to realize that and get back into that flow and stop trying to push so hard against everything, how many times do you try to keep kicking open doors that have closed for you? They closed for a reason. The universe closed them for you for a reason, because there's something better out there. So continue to go with the flow. One of the things that you can do to draw more love into your life to help is carrying around a rose quartz crystal. It's the pink quartz crystal, and you can find it online. It is really pretty and it is inexpensive, and you can place it all around your home if you want to attract more love into your home. But honestly, guys, there are a lot of little things you can do, but the biggest thing you have to do is heal that inner work. You have to do the inner work and heal your inner child and your childhood wounds, because that's where it all starts from. If you had parents, and I'm not saying everything is always the fault of parents, because you know what? We try our best. I'm a parent, and I will tell you I fail all the time. I know I do. I know others do too, and I know that we all just do what we know because we do what our parents did. But sometimes there are deep wounds because you didn't feel loved from your parents, or you didn't feel like you were validated by your parents. And as a kid, that was their responsibility. But as an adult, if that is something that hurt you and left you broken, it is 100% your responsibility to fix it. Okay? You cannot play the victim forever. Yeah, it sucks if you had bad parents. That sucks a lot. And I'm truly sorry. But you can't go for the rest of your life blaming your parents, because at some point, it's your responsibility. They're no longer responsible for you. You are. So while you may have had bad parents and it may have sucked, Or maybe you had good parents, but they just did things that really left a hole in you. There are a lot of people who are good parents who just maybe do one or two things that cause you to doubt yourself. Maybe they don't tell you they love you all the time or hug you, even though they provided for you and did everything else. If you don't have that emotional connection or the emotional love from your mom or dad, it does something to you. It really does. But as an adult, it is your responsibility to fix that. You're responsible for your life. And it is a process and it takes work, but it is possible, and I'm living proof of that, and it is necessary. So get out of that victim mentality and take responsibility for your life, okay? Nobody's going to come along on a knight on a white horse and save you. You're the knight on the white horse. You have to save yourself, okay? That's the harsh truth. And it's work, but it doesn't have to take years and years and years, okay? The healing process can begin the day you start it, and even though it is a process, wonderful things can happen to you during the process. It's not like you have to be totally and completely healed for the wonderful things to happen. That's not how it works. Wonderful things will start happening once you start the healing process, I promise you. You'll be amazed at how fantastic things become when you start healing. So let me read the second card I pulled for you, and I think that there is a reason this came out. It's synchronicity. It says your deepest insight and intuition have been activated, and others can see it in you now. Synchronicities and blessings are seeking you, finding the easiest path to your door. These are the result of divine flow of energy around you, the result of manifestation and deep connection to Source. Enjoy and celebrate what is ahead of you. By honoring and paying attention to the connections and synchronicities around you, you open doors for additional blessings to arrive. I'm here to tell you that when you start that healing journey and you start that self-love journey, you're going to start seeing synchronicities. You're going to start seeing that the angels are all around you and helping you and guiding you. And you're going to start manifesting the things you wish to manifest because you're doing it from a positive vibration. When you're in that victim mentality and the I'm so stupid, I'm so this, I'm so that, that is very low vibration. You cannot manifest anything when you're in that low vibration. In fact, you're blocking things from coming in. When we start doing the healing work, when we start loving ourselves more, we raise our vibration. And when we raise our vibration, we are ripe for being able to manifest whatever it is we wish to manifest. But I'm here to tell you, I hear this so often. Do not manifest things like, oh, I wish my ex were back, okay? They're an ex for a reason. What you need to do is change the script, okay? If your ex is meant to be in your life, it's because they have changed. They have done the work on themselves and they have changed. They don't get to just walk back in and be the same person, because that is why you had to learn that lesson, right? You had to learn to walk away from people who are not good for you. And if they've changed and they prove to you they've changed, that is one thing. And I'm a firm believer that everyone is capable of change. Okay? I don't think that people aren't capable of change because I've changed. So I know that people are capable of change. But they have to prove to you that they have. So what you need to start instead manifesting is, please bring me the soulmate who is perfect for me, who will make me happy, who will treat me well. Okay? And then if your ex happens to show up and it seems like that person's changed, it might just be that person. But I see so many people who are so desperate to have an ex back, and that makes me sad. It really does. I mean, I get that you miss people, but there had to be reasons that it didn't work out. And like I said, sometimes it is an awakening for both people, and both people will change. But if it's one person who hasn't changed and they come back to you and they prove they haven't changed, let that go. Always pray this or better, because we want the better. I truly believe that for many people, it's that they can't imagine that they would deserve something better, but you do. So don't settle for less. Do not settle. If that person truly, truly wants to be with you, they need to change too. If you're working on yourself and you're spending all of this time on yourself, don't go back to someone who isn't willing to do the same. All right, my lovelies, I'm sorry if that kind of turned into like a parent lecturing you and into a downer. That wasn't what I meant, but I felt like that had to be told for somebody. Probably myself even. I probably need to hear that myself. But listen, you can do things to help heal yourself. And if you are looking to help yourself learn how to love yourself better, do the work, okay? You can say a prayer to Archangel Jophiel and Archangel Shamuel and even Archangel Uriel. I would pray to those three. Archangel Gabriel, you can include Gabriel if you want to. Archangel Uriel, Archangel Shamuel, and Archangel Ariel. Uriel is in charge of helping us heal that past emotional wounding from our childhood. Ariel helps to bring in abundance, and so also helps bringing in love. And Shamuel also works with relationships and healing relationships and also helping to bring in love. So, just start saying prayers for the angels to be with you. Do the meditation from the 5-day challenge. Do your I am mantras every day. Start flipping the script and replacing the negative thoughts in your head with positive ones. Look at yourself every day and say all of the things you love about yourself. How worthy and beautiful you are, because you are. All right. I'm going to end this because I feel like I've been talking forever, but I just want you to know how super grateful I am for all of you. My beautiful, beautiful soul family. You guys are awesome. I hope that you guys are experiencing so much love and positivity in your life and that you're experiencing wonderful change. If you want to keep working at it, check out my program, A Purposeful Pilgrimage. When you do the 5-day self-love challenge, you're just getting a little taste of what that program is like. And if it's helped you and you really have felt a shift with it, check out that program. I even have payment plans if money is tight right now, and I get it. It's right after the holidays. I just want you all to be the best versions of yourself possible. All right? So if you need Reiki or one-on-one coaching or you want an intuitive reading from me, please get on my website. You can book directly now through PayPal. Once you buy the reading or the session on PayPal, you'll just email me. My email address is on my website. Or you can send me a message on Facebook on my Reiki with Melissa page, and we can set up your session. I had Acuity on there, but it was like no one knew how to use it, so it's just, I guess, easier if you contact me. So just contact me through my email or through Facebook Messenger, and we can set up your session, okay? All right, guys, have a wonderful day. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.